Good morning to you. Quickly, I am going to talk about the Section 3C of the Immigration Act. At what stage and at what point do you still continuously have rights to work in the United Kingdom? And at what stage would you say you have lost that right to continue in employment in the UK? A lot of people do not understand how it works. Hence the reason why I am going to quickly put out this video to the public at large. For those who have not seen me before, or those who are just coming across me for the first time, my name has not changed, Leah Tokunbo Olagbaye. I'm on 0208 309 8808. I'm on 0208 309 8808. I am in London. So if you want to contact me on your matters regarding immigration law in the UK, you know my number is on 0208 309 8808. Now let's talk about at what point in time do you have the right to continue in employment, and at what point in time you have lost that right. A lot of people do not understand how it works. Now I'm going to quickly shed light to it, as I promised on my note last night on the page. We call it Section 3C under the Immigration Act, and basically what it's saying is that you will continuously have that right to work in the United Kingdom if at the time you submit your application to the Home Office, your leave to remain continues. If your leave to remain is still in existence and it has not run out, your right to continue in employment is confirmed. Everyone knows that it will take an amount of period of time for the Home Office to make a decision on their application. It will take a relatively amount of time for the Home Office to come to a conclusion on the application. Please like and share. Please like and share this program quickly, because I want everybody to benefit from it. We keep on repeating ourselves, so I will prefer people to benefit from this topic. My platform is for everyone to benefit from, so please don't keep the information to yourself. Share the program at large. Thank you. Now, if you have a leave to remain in the UK and you make a submission in time before the leaves run out, of course, your entitlement to continue in employment continues. Your entitlement in employment continues. So if your employer said to you that, oh, because it is not physically feasible on your biometric card, therefore they are going to ask you to leave your employment. No. Go back to whoever represents you in that matter and confirm that the application was submitted before the leave expires. If your application was submitted before your leave expires, you will have that right continuously in employment. That is one. Secondly, for the sake of argument, if your leave to remain was refused while your application was submitted on time, but it was refused mainly because you did not meet the requirements for the extension of leave to remain, or you may have done something outside the rules or step on the parastatals, it basically means that at that particular time, once you have been granted a right of appeal, the right of appeal will give you the opportunity also to continue in employment. Even if your right of appeal, as long as it is submitted within 14 days that you are being given, your right to continue in employment continues. Also, if, for example, your first tier tribunal refused your application for any reason, application was refused, going to the upper court, if you make an application to the upper court against the first tier tribunal's decision, your right to continue in employment continues. Now, the stage where you will lose your right to continue in employment, that stage is visibly easy. The law has made it clear that once you have finished your appeal or you fail to make a submission within the 14 days, you are going to lose that right of appeal. You will lose that right of appeal. At the same time, you will also lose right to continue in employment. I hope you are following me on. You will lose the right of appeal if you don't make submission within 14 days. Even if the judge uses his discretionary power under no more circumstances to think that they want to put it through, they want to use their discretion to allow your appeal as if it was in time. By the virtues of the Immigration Act from the Home Office corridor, you have lost that right of employment, right to continue in employment. So a care must be taken in that realm. Now leave that aside. If your first tier tribunal application appeal is refused, and the second appeal is also refused to the upper tribunal, and now you decided to go on JR, judicial review is what we call JR, you will not have that right to continue in employment. The Section 3C does not cover your right in employment when you are going on judicial review. Once you have finished your first tier tribunal and upper tribunal, you will not have that continuity anymore. If you're going to judicial review, it's going to stop immediately. Now, several questions have been coming through, and a lot of people are asking me. This is the complex, it's a very complex area. I know once you see me online, you will start calling me. I didn't ask you to call me now, please. You know, so if for any reason you fail to make an application in time, your right in employment will cease. It will stop. Your right in employment will stop. Now, for the purpose of those who want to claim their 10 years lawful residency, now your 10-year lawful residency, you will be able to make a claim on it if providing you are able to make a first application on time. But for one reason or the other, it was refused for extension, and then you now apply to the to the first tribunal because you have right of appeal, and then within that 14 days, while your case is still in court, for example, while the case is still going on in court and they have not given you a date for hearing, but during that period that you are fighting for a date of hearing, you are now by every means spent your 10 years in the UK. You will be able to claim your indefinite leave to remain entitlement, providing there's no criminality attached to it. Providing there's no criminality in it. So you'll be able to claim that right. Now, I know once you see me online, it's always a problem. Let me quickly explain this before I leave, because calling me online, you know, why I'm here and I didn't ask you to call, it's distracting me. I only have one brain. You know, what was I talking about again? Section 3C. Section 3C gives you an opportunity in the realm of it to make an application on time. So if you want to have right to continue in employment, you must bear it at all times in mind that your application must go in for an extension of leave to remain before your leave expired, before your leave runs out. If you don't do that, you will not be able to claim that opportunity. I haven't got that much time. I don't really have that much time. And let me see if I can help some people to take calls now. I hope you are aware that I'm on a live chat. Good morning to you or good afternoon.
Hello.
I hope you are aware that I'm on a live chat.
Hello.
Are you aware that I'm on a live chat?
Live chat?
Yes, I'm on a live program because I haven't put you on speaker.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
Oh, okay. Poor you. And that's why I didn't put him on speaker straight away, because he might not aware that I'm on a live chat. So, and you want to ask me an example of criminality, you have to tell me what crime you have committed, because the Home Office will have the discretion to decide whether they want to grant your status at that particular stage. If you have a criminal record, the Home Office will have the discretion to decide. For example, in fact, I cannot even tell you the mind of the Home Office when it comes to assessing the code on criminality. So you have to try as much as possible within your power to make sure that you have not committed any crime. If you do commit crime and it entails you to go to prison or a suspension sentence, you probably have some problem, especially when it's committed within the last 3 years of you putting in an application. You're more likely to have a predicament in that realm. Now, explaining it quickly for people to understand, you know, when you look at Section 3C, it also extends your condition attached to the previous grant of leave. So if you have a previous leave to remain in the UK, Section 3C by all means, you know, allows you to continue in that employment while application is in. Where you have made an error of judgment that you will not understand that you have run out of system, out of status, is when you left your application completely late. before you make submission for extension of leave to remain. Say, for example, you may have said, oh, I forgot. I didn't know that I meant to renew my visa in August. And then you now went in to renew it, possibly in September or October. It confirms that you have automatically lost your rights to continue in employment. So by any means or any chance, if your employer asks you for right to continue in employment, you might be out of status if care is not taken. You might be out of status. So I really want to encourage you. I really want to encourage you when it comes to submission of application leave to remain in the UK. You need to do it within the time that you have your leave to remain. Do not allow your leave to remain to run out. I know it is a complex area for a layman to understand, but it is not a complex area for me to put in the public domain in a layman's English. And that is why I'm trying to explain it in a layman English. You know, for example, the section applies to a person who has a limited leave to enter or remain in the United Kingdom under the Secretary of State, you know. So if you want to vary your status, you have to ensure that you put it in on time. You have to ensure that you make it on time. Please share this for others to see it. At what point do you have right to continue in employment? At what point do you lost that right in employment? Please share this program and let everyone pick it up. You understand? This kind of program is a topic that I would like people to have an understanding of what is going on, because I receive a lot of complex telephone calls all the time. They want me to explain it to them. Though calling me, you know, it will mean that you have to do consultation. But in a simple English, check your biometric. Always check your biometric card. Always check your biometric card and know when to make an application for an extension of leave to remain. Now, at what point, by law, at what point would you lose that right? At what point? Like I explained to you earlier on, at what point would you lose that right? That right is not going to be there for you. That right is not going to be there anymore, you know, because the state, if the person's leave, you know, has granted them expires, you know, the leave that they have granted you, like I explained, if it has expired, then your section 3C does not kick in anymore. It does not give you the opportunity anymore. That right to be in employment is not there anymore. You've lost it. So please like and share. Please share it. Share it. When you are taking an important topic like this, please don't keep it to yourself, because I am receiving a lot of questions all the time, and it's not that easy for me, you know, to answer questions individually from thousands of 500 or 300 people every time. So please make sure that you share it and let other people have it. My number is on 07908 628240 or 0208 309 8808. I can quickly take some questions before I leave so that you will know that I am competent more than enough to deal with what I'm telling you. Let me take questions from you, because that is the only way to know whether I know my topic or not. You can call me on that number now. I'm on 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. You can call me on that number to find out what right you will have and at what point you will have that right. Other than that, I have a lot of things on my plate. I know there was no announcement that I'm coming on, but there is no need for me to make an announcement because I know what I'm doing. So ladies and gentlemen, to continue to enjoy that section 3C, you understand, that is how it works. I also promise that I am going to explain. The second version is at what stage do you have your leave curtailed? You know, at what stage do you lose that right? Now, you will lose that right, section 3C, if there is a curtailment of leave. If your leave has been curtailed, look at the word curtail. Curtail means that if it has been stopped, revoked, you understand, your section 3C will go off if you do not make a variation of leave to remain quickly in between that period. you are going to lose that. If your application expires 16th of July 2020, you're supposed to put in an application by now. Within the next period, you're supposed to put in an application quickly. You understand? Hello?
Hello. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning to you. I know you want to benefit from the free advice quickly.
No, it's not really like that. Oh, sorry.
It's only 1 minute. It's only 1 minute you have.
Okay, yeah, it's all right then. It's like I want to change my solicitor. Is it okay for me? Because my previous solicitor that I use is a Pakistani man, and I don't want to use it when it's time for me to renew, and I don't know if it's possible for you to handle it.
Oh yeah, by all means, you know, even if you are taking it to court, but listen, the problem about my own situation is that I like to assess matter.
Okay.
I like to assess a case. So now, before you take your case from another lawyer to me, you have to consult me first. You have to do a consultation.
No, I've got
I know you have leave to remain. I wasn't the one. Even those that I even undo at the last time, I always ask them to do consultation. I want to know their situation at present. The fact that you were granted a leave to remain doesn't mean you are going to automatically be granted. The Home Office has made it clear. They're still going to assess your individual matter presently. So I have to do consultation on your situation.
Okay.
You understand?
What time is it? How much is the consultation, ma'am?
If you go to the website, you will see the price there, because I'm only doing face-to-face telephone advice for now. You understand? So the website, go to my website or see my website on this program, on this page as well. You will find it there.
Yeah, okay.
You understand? Let me do consultation on your matter first. Then I will say, okay, I am confident. Bring your matter to me.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, dear. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, I'm supposed to renew my visa in 3 months' time.
Okay.
But I did change to the 5-year route.
Okay.
And when I was doing it, I did write my A1 English test. And I'm asking, do I have to write the A2 English test, or I can just reapply with the A1 English test?
I don't know the A1, the A2 on top of my head. But I know that if you contact the Trinity College, they will tell you the one that you are entitled to apply for. Now, if you are going for a settlement visa, settlement in the UK, which is indefinite leave to remain, the difference between the indefinite leave English and the limited one, I think is obvious.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes. So make sure that, and then your English only valid for 2 years.
Oh, okay. All right. Then
and then if you have a master's degree or a bachelor degree in the UK, you don't need to do that English.
Okay. No, I don't have, because I've already done the A1 when I was doing my first 2.5 years.
So you.
And
Are you a spouse? Dependent?
Yes.
So you have.
Spouse visa, yes.
So you have spouse visa.
Yes.
Was that granted to you from abroad?
Sorry?
Was the visa granted to you to enter UK?
No, I got it from here.
Were you previously a student?
No, I was not a student. I came here and my partner is British and I had a British child, so I got it through the family life.
So you're on a 10 years route.
No, I'm on a 5-year route because I did change to 5-year route 2 years ago.
So what visa were you having previously?
I had the family life 10-year route. And then I changed to the 5-year route 2.5 years ago. So I'm due to renew my last 2.5 before my indefinite.
Okay, you have to do another English test. That's correct.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Because the English certificate expires every 2 years. So if you're going to go in, I'm afraid you have to continue testing your English morality and make sure your English is sound in speaking, listening, and possibly writing as well. Hello?
Hello, ma. Good morning, ma.
Good morning to you. I'm on a live program at the moment.
Yes, I know, ma.
All right, thank you. Quickly.
Okay, ma. Please, ma, I did call the last time,
But the problem I have is before I met you, I've already paid a lawyer. But now I really want to come back to, I want to come to you to help my husband because my husband is in Nigeria and I have a British child, I have a British passport. But the thing is, I've paid the lawyer earlier. I don't know if it's possible if I go to the person, maybe the person will be able to refund my money because I really want you to help us with this case now. I don't know if the lawyer will be able to
why is the lawyer that you have paid hasn't done the job? If you have paid the lawyer to do a job for you, why haven't he or she do the job?
To be honest, I don't even know because I think it's because of this COVID and then I just paid advance payment. Now I have the rest of the money now.
He might not refund you that money, so I would advise that you should stick to that lawyer. Unless if there is disparities between two of you, there is called personality clash. Of course, if there is personality clash and he hasn't done anything, you can ask him to give you your money back.
Yeah, there's no fight, but I think since I normally watch your platform, I'm so much in love with you because you're best in whatever you do. So
you see, I don't have any problem in taking over, but make sure that you smoothly let me take over without any problem. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Make sure it is smoothly done because I to be honest with you, I really want to help people as much as I can. But if you know that it's going to cause problem between you and that lawyer, use wisdom, apply wisdom to get it done. Do you understand? Yeah. If your interest is not there anymore and your spirit attached with mine, by all means, bring your work down to me. By all means. Yeah. You understand? If your spirit goes with me, bring your case down. I will deal with it myself. You understand? So if that is not going ahead and you have paid a token amount of money, you are entitled to ask it back. Even me that I don't have problem with any client, with my client lately. During this COVID period, I know a client from Canada, a British and Canada wife. They paid me my fee to do the job for them. I don't like people paying me in advance. I ask people, you pay me when I'm doing your work so that I don't have to start accounting for something that is not worth accounting for. But they actually pay that money in advance. But unfortunately, they are not going to go with my advice to get the work done properly. So I took I charged administrative costs and I returned their money back to them. And they are happy. They are happy. They are very pleased. I returned the money back. You understand? There is another client in Nigeria, typical example, paid consultation fee, but she was so rude and arrogant in her speech, and I refunded her money back to her. I told her I would not tolerate insult, and I refunded the money back. So
I wish this person can even return.
I like things to be done. I like things to be done smoothly. It's not that we're perfect. Yeah. So if you are going to leave a lawyer to come to me, make sure that you settle that side. There is no problem between two of you, and then I can take over smoothly. Because you will know many of them are under me as well. I advise many lawyers. So, and I don't want to use my own weapon to shoot myself. Because at the end of the day, it will be one of those that are probably following me online. There are many lawyers that are following me quietly, that are still studying more to understand what is going on in the realm of immigration law. So because of that, I am very careful with the way I talk and the way I do things. You understand? So if you want me to take over, sort out that area and bring the work down for me.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You,
thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hello? Hello? If I were you, I would lower your device before calling me next time. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, please speak on. I'm on the live chat.
Yeah, I want to ask a question, please.
Yeah, just 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning
I'm
to
so
you.
lucky to get into this morning. You've been doing a very wonderful job. First of all, I just want to ask a question. I have a daughter, she's 8 years old. She was 8 years yesterday. She was born in this country, but she's in Nigeria at the moment. So I'm thinking, I want to ask a question now. Should I apply for her to come to UK I'm just kind of...
How old is that child that you just mentioned to me?
8 years old.
And where is the mother of that child?
Nigeria.
What status are you holding?
I just applied for my British passport about 3 months ago.
And why do you want to bring the child to UK without the mother?
Because the mother, she's comfortable in Nigeria, doesn't want to come to UK.
You see, this is the problem people don't understand. You are going to encounter so responsibility complex issue. You are going to encounter headache. I wouldn't say that you cannot do so, because I have done it so many times. I have bring in children for clients that the other party is in Nigeria. But we always go through headache. Successfully, we will do it in court arena. Do you understand? Because the issue of sole responsibility is a matter that has to be dealt with. If both parents are in the United Kingdom, say for example, you and the mother of that child are in the UK and the child is in Nigeria, we will get that child in under my belt easily like this. Do you understand? But the problem is the situation where the mother is comfortable, the Home Office and the Secretary of State, let me say the Secretary of State herself, see you as a way that you are just circumventing immigration rules. You are taking advantage of the Western world education. Now, because the fact that the child is in Nigeria doesn't mean that the child is suffering. I have known many children in Nigeria that are doing very well and in a comfortable education, private school, better than some of them in the UK. And that is what the judge is going to tell us when we go to court. So if you are going to let me get the child into the UK, and what thing you have to think of is the issue of sole responsibility. You must be able to discard it. Because you have to show whereabouts of the mother. Now, where people fail in this kind of application is that so many times here, they have sent money to the mother of the child. The money has already appeared on your bank statement as to the name on the name of the mother. So basically, if we go to court here on the matter, the Home Office are not stupid anymore. They are going to pick all the names you are sending money to. That happens to us last time when we went to Birmingham or Oxford case to go and do that case. You know, even though we succeeded, the mother, the grandmother and the mother, they are in Sheffield. Even if the case came up in London here, Taylor House. We succeeded at the first year tribunal. You understand? Okay. But I knew deep down in my heart that the Home Office has not checked the bank statement properly. That if they do check the bank statement properly, we might have problems. They might challenge us to the upper court. And that's what happened. They did challenge us to the upper court. And as we speak now, due to coronavirus, that case is still pending in court. Okay. So it's not that you cannot get it done, but it's a complex area that you need to think about.
Okay. I mean, the ultimate is for me to, I would like my daughter to have, like, you know. Oh, I can't hear you. Hello?
I'm with you.
Okay, sorry. I'm not seeing you. I can't hear you again.
I'm with you. People are calling. That's why the number is high.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but I'm with you.
I mean, the essence of this is just, I would like my daughter to have like a passport here. That's why I would like to bring her here.
I've said it earlier on that the judges are aware of this. The Home Office is even aware of it. That people are using that methodological system. You know, I've said it earlier on. The Home Office is aware. So you have to. I think you should just see me after this. Arrange for consultation.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you should just arrange for consultation.
Right. So, sorry, the second question. Can I ask the second question, please?
I told you already. It's only one question you are allowed to ask.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So when you do consultation, then you can ask.
I'll call you for consultation.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, and don't mix it up. It is not that you cannot bring your child into the UK. You can actually bring that child into the United Kingdom. But the bottom line is that you need to be able to show where the other parent is. And a lot of people will agree with me in the past that we had issues in court. We encounter headache. It wasn't an easy thing. So when it comes to bringing a child into UK, why the mother of that child or the father of that child is back there in Nigeria, in Ghana, elsewhere. Your primary objective is to be able to show that you have sole responsibility. And sole responsibility defined by the law is complex. So that is why you must take consultation before you do so. If not, the money you fail to spend at the beginning, you will spend times 10 of it or times 20 of it in the end. Why wasting such money? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, ma. I just want to answer this question.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead
I'm on a
quickly.
private life visa, and my husband died of COVID. I just want to know if I could apply for indefinite leave.
Right. If you were on a spouse visa, that means a spouse visa will mean that you have applied under him before his death. Now, the basic one is the spouse visa that you entered from abroad. Did you came in from abroad?
No. I got married here, and I got a private life because I reached. I'm on a private life visa because I had 20 years.
So you were not. Your application wasn't based on your husband.
Well, we started it with him, but they grant me on my 20 years.
Listen. Your application wasn't based on your husband. Your application was based on the fact that you have spent your 20 years continuously in the United Kingdom.
No, when I started the application, it was based on that. It's when we went to court and they postponed the court and the barrister said to the judge to ask the Home Office to consider the 20 years because I was in the 20 years.
The Home Office is not going to give you the indefinite leave to remain. The type of people that are entitled to get indefinite leave to remain on the death of their husband are the people that came to UK on a spouse visa. They only gave those people allowance, but any other person that probably must have overstayed their status before applying to stay in the UK, they're not going to benefit under. You can get all the entitlement due to marriage certificate from the bank, on a will, on any other entitlement property. But when it comes to indefinite leave to remain, the Home Office will go by what they have given you last. They are not going to vary it. They are going to go by what they have given you last, my dear.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning to you.
Yes, ma. Oh, sorry, ma. I just want to confirm something before I can come to see you in the office. I want to know if I'm eligible to get my residence permit here because I have a son here. He got a residence permit.
When you say residence permit, what is the interpretation? Limited leave to remain, EAA, family member. What is the residence permit?
The rest is those 2.5 years they are giving them.
Mm-hmm. And how did your son got it?
Ma?
How did he get it?
I met the mother. The mother have a child before. The child is a British, but she's no longer with the man. You understand? So she herself now got her own residence permit through the child, the first daughter.
Okay,
so
in a way, let's get this right. In a way, your son is not living under the same household as you.
Exactly, ma. You're right, ma.
Do you have access to that child? Are you maintaining your child?
Yes, exactly. I used to go there to go and see him.
Because your obstacle will be the mother. If you're not maintaining the mother, she will not support your application.
But sorry, ma. It's the same visa that the mother got. It's the same visa that the son got too. That's what.
Yeah, but the son is living with the mother. The son doesn't have the capacity to get it done for you. The son is underage.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's the mother that will release documents to you: the biometric card, the passport, the British birth certificate, a supporting letter that you are a responsible father. So if you're not maintaining the mother, if she's not happy with you, you might encounter issue.
Okay, so your advice now is that I should have a good relationship with the mother, right?
And is that not common sense, my dear? I'm a woman. If you and I are not in good contact order, even though if you and I are not husband, listen, if you and I let's be realistic now. You are asking me a question that is off the record. Let me answer you off as well. No. You are asking me a question that is off the record. Now let's answer that question in an affirmative way. If you and I are partners here, and we are no longer interested in each other, we live in separately from each other, and you have hurt my feelings, and my son has 2.5 years under me, and you and I don't talk together, we don't see eye to an eye, you won't get that application done. How are you going to get it done? And if you drag me to court, and if I have a good lawyer, I will make sure you fail in court as well, because I will have evidence against you that you are an absent father, that you want to use it for the purpose of application.
I agree with you, ma'am. You are right. But let me clarify myself. The point is that
I don't have the time. Go and book appointment. Go and book appointment, my friend.
I'll book appointment.
Go and do consultation, Joe. Bóyá àwọn àṣírí kan wà tó ṣì máa gbọ́ o tí mọ̀. Go and do consultation.
Exactly. I will do that.
If you ask that type of question in the public, you're not going to get the right answer, isn't it?
Yeah, I understand you. Oh. You're right. Mm-hmm. Okay, man. Don't worry. I'll do the consultation.
Have a nice day, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, there isn't that much time to hang around. If anyone needs my professional services, I am smoothly located in London. And you can, you know why it's ringing like that? 2 people are calling at the same time, one from WhatsApp and one directly. So that's why it's ringing in that manner. I'm going to pick up the UK one first. Yeah, I'm going to pick up the UK one first. The Nigerian one is on WhatsApp, while the UK one is on the direct call. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, ma'am. So I saw your program on Facebook.
I am still on now. Go to the point straight.
Okay. So I want to explain something to you, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
You won't have time to explain things to me. Go and book appointment, my dear. You can only ask me one or two questions, one question even. Going above that is going to take toll of my time. Ask me one question and I will answer you.
Okay, my daughter, I took asylum here. I'm a P. So my girlfriend came from Italy to give birth to a baby girl here. So now during the delivery process, they interview her. So she now tell them that the first daughter she has they circumcised that one. So after everything, we were told they bring people from council. They said they are suing us for FG.
Yeah.
So
no. Young man, go and book appointment for consultation to talk to me.
Okay.
You are asking me some of the questions that cannot be, just go and book appointment, book consultation. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
bye.
you.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, hi.
Yeah, please go and speak to. Hello, ma.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Sorry, ma. I just have a good question. I'm a British, and my wife had a British. I have a son for me. She is a British as well, and I brought my two other girls. My wife got her papers because all these 10 years, 2.5. So I brought my 2 daughters from Nigeria. They both got 6 months to enter into the UK. So after the 6 months, I applied for them, and they gave them 2.5 years. So I think they are following what the mother got. Now, the lawyer advised me, I don't know if it's right, that I can apply for them for indefinite leave to remain anytime, because they are still a minor. One is 15, one is 13.
you have British passport.
Yes, ma'am.
And your wife has British passport.
No. My wife is on 10 years old.
And the children, where are they?
One was born in the UK, two was born in Nigeria. So the one that was born in the UK got British passport.
Okay.
The two in Nigeria, when they came over, they gave them 6 months to come in. So after the 6 months, I applied. They gave them 2.5 years. So the solicitor I spoke to said they can apply for, because they are married, or they can apply for indefinite leave to remain straight away. So I'm just wondering if it's right.
I'm not gonna complicate myself. Go and book appointment for consultation. Definitely not. Right. Definitely not. I'm not going to put myself in a tight corner. No way. Book appointment for consultation and I will advise you correctly. I want to see the scenario properly. Please. Listen, you can't say because you are in the public and you, even at the law school, you don't answer questions that you know that can cut you off your guard. Please lower your device. Because the point here is that the question is asking me is complicated. And whether the other lawyer said yes, you can go on for indefinite leave to remain. At what point can you apply for indefinite leave to remain? When those child have 2.5 years and they have not even in the first instance spent 5 years in the UK consecutively. And the mother of those children are not on a British passport or settlement status. The mother of those children, it's also on a 10-year parent rule. I mean, it's complex. Now, depending on the age of those children and depending on the status of the income of their father, that will determine whether we can go in on indefinite leave to remain. The answer to that is not automatic yes. We have to look at the income of the father, because bear it in mind, the mother of those children are already on parents' limited leave to remain. So she's not settled in the UK. So the children's status is not automatic. So for them to benefit under their father, it will mean that... Can you hold on, please? It will mean that either they were born before the father got the... Yeah, either they were born after the father got their British passport, or for one reason or the other, the father has met some certain requirement for those children to be entitled to come under, what is it called? Indefinite leave to remain. So it is not automatic. You understand? It is not automatic. So I won't even necessarily expect anyone to think that they can say yes to that question because you are in the public arena. You can't say yes to that question. You have to diagnose it, analyze that matter. You know, you have to look at the scenario that brought those children into the UK. What did they say in their last application to the Home Office? Because if they have lied to the Home Office one way or the other, then the application has to continue under 2.5 years under their mom. And if the father is not working, that is self-employed, that his income is so staggered, possibly 7,000, 8,000, is only disclosing. And that is another advantage. If you don't disclose your income correctly to the HM Revenue and Customs, things like this will go against you. So you have to disclose your income. You have to make sure that you earn relatively amount of salary to meet the threshold income. If you don't meet the income, there is no way you can be able to benefit. So government is very smart when it comes to putting law there. And that's why I enjoy practicing law. It's very smart. It's only for smart people who can think around the clock and outside the box. Thank you. Please go ahead. Ooh. Please go ahead.
Hello, ma.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Good morning, ma.
Morning to you, dear. Morning. Go ahead quickly. There are about how many of you are waiting again? I need to go off now. I have to go off.
Okay, ma. All right, ma. Thank you so much for what you're doing, ma. I just want to ask a question, ma. Since my application, I have 2.5 years, and to renew in October, when is appropriate for me to put in the application? And then, if my other two kids have not had their 2.5 years, they are just with me, but I made mention of their name when I did apply for the application. But my first son
So,
has British passport.
listen, you said you want to ask one question, and you asked me two, and you are complicating the matters for me. Now, the first question you asked me, to my understanding, is that you have limited leave to remain. You want to find out when are you due to go in for your extension, because it's going to expire in September.
October.
In October. So you're not due to go until September.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. So good luck. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Are you still on the show, Ma? Can I speak on?
I'm on the show.
Okay, ma'am. I wanted to talk about, I applied for EU on a paper application, ma'am. So, and then they've not responded back to me since about 1 year and a half now.
Apply for EU on a PayPal application. I think there continues to be some huge backlog now. I think some people are just at disadvantage, because the problem is that some people were so lucky. You know, before the lockdown, I was able to get decision for so many people immediately before the lockdown. Immediately from the lockdown period now, a lot of people are stuck inside the system. Now, when you say your own is a year and a half, who helped you to do it?
I did it myself with my 3 boys. I did it by myself with my 3 boys because I have derivative residential permit before. So I now put the application in by myself.
If you did it by yourself, then you have to do the headache yourself as well. You have to continuously chasing the Home Office, you know, to make sure that they still have your paper there. So you have to call them, give them your reference number if you have done biometric, and ask them for an update.
I've done biometric, but the mistake I made is that when I was unable to...
My friend, go and do appointment. If you have made mistake by doing the application yourself without consulting a lawyer, then is
this something you can help me look into? Even if I put in an application, if I book something with you, if I come in, can you resolve it for me, like chasing it for me?
I need to do your consultation first and make sure and find out what you have said to the Home Office on your application. You have to direct me to your old application and see what you have told them. Maybe that is where the problem comes from.
Okay.
Yes, because the fact that you have gone for biometric does not mean that they are happy with your application. It's a two different matter. A lot of people are asking questions and saying that, oh, I've gone for biometric, my application will be successful. Going for biometric doesn't mean that your application will be successful. Going for biometric is just for them to know whether you have lied to them in the past. Biometric is for them to know if you're a liar, if you have fake any information. That's just the biometric. Biometric is not for any other thing. It's just for them to know.
They can attend to me. They can give me the list because I have the relative. That's all I want to know.
You can't get it. Let me do consultation with you. Then I will advise you. Don't put words in my mouth. Yeah.
All right, now.
Now that young lady wants to put words in my mouth by asking me that can she get indefinite leave to remain because she's got the derivative. What does that mean? You have not even ascertained the situation. You have not given me the summary of your immigration history. You have not given me the scenario. If you have not given me the summary of your immigration history in the United Kingdom, then how am I going to be able to attend to your situation? So no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got to go off the radar now. I've got a lot of things to do on ground, so I need to attend to my work. I'm not going to take call after this anymore. Please go ahead quickly. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yes. My sister has got indefinite leave to remain. And on top of the indefinite leave to remain, they put 4 years. I just want to ask, when is she going to do British passport?
So you said your sister has what?
Indefinite leave.
To remain. Okay.
And on top of the indefinite leave to remain, they said the indefinite leave to remain will expire in 4 years.
Now, let me tell you one thing, everybody that is listening to me. The reason why I'm laughing is that I'm laughing at this young lady. Now, the question she's asking me, any lawyer that answer this question in this manner will put him or herself into trouble. This lady is supposed to do consultation, sit down or make a phone call, telephone consultation with a lawyer and put her factual history, immigration history to the lawyer. And then the lawyer will take it from that chronological order and be able to advise accordance with the British Nationality Act to tell this person in line with the good character requirements when this person is entitled to go for nationalization. Now, this person just wants to have an answer and save him or herself some money, but you are going to lose money. The application fee for the nationalization is 1,339. Think about that. You are going to lose money if you continue in this manner. You're going to lose money. Because another person will tell you, say, yes, it's possible, bring it to me. And then you bring it down, they just go for it and do the application, collect your money. Do consultation first, please.
Oh, sorry, my sister has to come for consultation.
Yes, your sister should call me and do consultation. She doesn't have to come to the office, but she can do the consultation, book appointment, and have a time with me. A time with LTO.
Okay. Okay, ma.
Did you hear her saying to me? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Now, if you don't do consultation, and you are expecting the lawyer to just put his or her head out like that, don't forget that professionalism requires us to make sure that a consultation is done in a proper way and things are clients are advised. You have to advise clients correctly. So if you don't do consultation and you want me to just tell you yes or no, how much is a consultation that is going to make me rich? But it is for your own benefit, because I can easily tell you that go ahead with the application and they mess you up. And if you messed up here, you don't even have to bring it to me. You can take it to another lawyer and I will tell you yes. And then they will refuse you. And then you will be stuck for 10 years. And not only stuck for 10 years, you will also lose your money, 1,339. So what is the point? And don't wafa or phony. It's as simple as that. And don't wafa or phony. When you are looking for cheap things, then you end up paying for nonsense. That's why I don't go for cheap things and I don't go for free things. Because when you go for free things, yeah, if you're not careful, there's something behind that free thing. And to when you are looking for free thing, there is something the person wants to take back from you. Emma, Sarah. When you are asking me for free advice at this particular stage, and you want me to say yes or no, at the end of the day, my dear, you are going to lose money if care is not taken. And you have money to buy clothes, you have money to buy shoes, you have money to do other things, to do other fashion. Why can't you just have money to do consultation? Even if you don't do it with me, do consultation, ensure that you meet the requirement of law. Ensure that you meet the requirement of law. You understand? Paying for consultation, go to my website there, www.biaap.com. You will find my website there. Pay the consultation, come and book appointment, and get the logical advice. Get the advice that is tailored to your individual matter. If you don't do advice and you are expecting me to say everything like that, don't mind her. Èmi ló ṣe hùn sí. Èmi ló ṣe hùn sí. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I have done my bit for this morning to the world at large. I will not be misbehaved in the society. I'm trying to put myself together, even though human being can make you misbehave, but charity begins at home. So my professionalism is always first. I have to put it before D. So I must always put myself together, even if I'm going to get angry. I have to always remain calm. And this is who I am in real life. I'm always calm. Even in real life, I'm always a calm person. So I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to go off now. My number, my number is written there, 0208-309-8808. I want to appreciate all of you, I want to appreciate all of you. I want to appreciate all of you for coming on my timeline. I have given part of my brain to the public to make use of, and that's what I have today. Until next time, when time permits me, stay tuned and keep your eyes on my platform, Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. If you have not liked and followed this page, it is very important you like and follow. It is also important that you share this program. Don't keep it to yourself. let other people benefit from this platform. My platform is not meant for individual person. It's meant for the whole world at large to make use of. And that is why I want to try to speak as much as possible my things in English language so that the whole everybody will understand. As long as you speak English, you will understand what I'm doing here. So bless you all. Bless you all. Bless you. Bless you. I covered myself with the blood of Jesus, and I cover my platform, my video with the blood of Jesus. Thank you. Until next time. Bye for now. Thank you.